Adventures of Somersault Sue by Amira. On one rainy day, Sue was born. She loved to do somersaults. She learned how to do them as a baby. She took gymnastics when she was 12 months old. At gymnastics, they were holding singing lessons and tryouts. So at tryouts, she didn't get through, so she chose gymnastics as said. Sue and her mother moved to New Jersey from New York when she was 10. Sue met some friends and they all took gymnastics. She loved doing somersaults more than anything with her friends. They started calling her Somersault Sue. When she was 17, she left home. She went to Oklahoma. Sue met a farmer who was too short to get his crops. She thought he was a performer, so she showed him her somersaults. When she did a somersault, wind came out, and too much of it. When she blew out the wind, she knocked over the man and his crops. She thought she was going to get in trouble, so she was about to leave when he said, "I can give you a job." "What kind of job?" Sue asked. He caught up with her and told her about the job and why he needed her. She thought about it and said she would do it, but first needed to go home and see her family. He said okay, but that she needed to be back by the harvest time. She said thanks and left. The next day, Sue went home to see her family. She picked strawberries the day before she had to go back to Oklahoma. Her mother rode with her to Oklahoma to meet her boss. Then her mother went back home. Sue was homesick and sad her first day there, but the next day Sue was all right. She was happy and fine. 2 months later, Sue was about to do her somersault to get down the crops. When she did, nothing came out. She was stunned. She did it 5 more times. She tried to get a fan so her boss would not notice. He found out when she went to get the fan. He fired her immediately. She was so upset that she had to go back home to disappoint her mother and father. She went to a motel near her parents' house. She went there every day, but never told them why she was home. When they asked, she would change the subject. She asked for money little by little. She never asked for too much, or they would be suspicious. One day when Sue was doing yoga, she tried to do a somersault. She thought it was useless since she couldn't do it. So when she did it, no wind came. Later, when she was going to the store, a flyer flew in her hand. She read it and it said, "Healer. Come get healed at Conshohocken Street and Cranston Street at the Cardinal Doherty School." She thought about it and told herself that she should go. So after she got there, she walked in and sat down. She got called in 15 minutes later. When she walked in, she sat on a floor pillow. She was waiting for something to happen. Then a woman dressed in white walked in and sat down. She said, "Please, child, tell me your troubles." Sue said, "Well, I had a job when I did a somersault. I could blow down his crops." The woman told her that she could get her power back, but that she had to be careful to rest a lot. Sue was so happy. The next day, Sue went back to Oklahoma. She explained to her former boss that she got her power to blow down his crops. He said that he didn't believe her, so Sue showed him that she could blow down his crops. She did, and he was so happy. He rehired her immediately. Sue lived happily ever after.